All right, hello everybody, and welcome to our 13th episode of our Media Dump podcast. I'm Dom. This is Nick. Together we are
Nick and Dom.
Dom and Nick. And this is basically just a podcast where we talk about all the media we've consumed over the last 2 weeks. And that's it.
Well, that's not it. As
Basically
you
it.
can tell from last week.
So this week we're gonna try and do a little bit less tangents and maybe make it a little bit shorter.
Yeah,
Try to not go
2
for
hours.
2 hours. Okay. So usually we start off with topics. And our first topic is gonna be board games.
Board games.
Nick playing board games.
I haven't played anything new. I realized I was too poor to get Carcassonne still, because that's my life. But I have made some progress on my Magic decks. That's
All right, let me
much it.
talk about board games, and then we can both talk about Magic.
Go for it.
All right. So what was 2 weeks ago?
Did you play any new
No,
villains?
Betrayal of Baldur's at the Gate. Betrayal of Baldur's Gate. That was from last one.
Uh-huh.
So
You good?
February 20.
Do we need to look up a calendar?
Yeah, I
I'll
need a
just through
calendar.
my phone.
Calendar. What was 2 weeks?
A calendar.
Oh wow. Okay, so I played one board game.
One board game in 2 weeks? To be fair, that's better than me. Yeah. What'd you play?
So we got the new expansion to Catan. New expansion.
I saw.
Not new. New to us.
I saw.
It's called Cities and Nights. Okay. I can't believe that's the only board game I played.
Have you played it a lot?
No, I played it once.
You only played it once?
Yep.
How'd it go? It's 2-person, right?
Good. No. It's a normal. Use a normal board.
Mm-hmm.
So now, your cities. So normally in Catan, what you do is you build settlements, you upgrade those into cities, and then you buy special development cards, and together that gives you enough victory points to win. Okay.
Yeah.
And in doing so, you're rolling dice and collecting different resources like wheat and brick and wood to build those things. Okay, so that's normal Catan.
Mhm.
Now this expansion for Catan called Cities and Nights, what it does is it makes your cities, you can upgrade your cities even more, so your cities get super, super powerful.
Yeah.
And then you also have knights that you buy these knights and play them on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And those help defend you against barbarian attacks. So you roll 3 dice. You roll the normal 2 numbered dice, and then you roll a third dice, and on 3 of those sections there's a boat, and that will make the boat of barbarians come closer to Catan, and then once they reach the end, there's maybe 9. So
Mhm.
once you roll that 9 times, then they attack, okay? And so you have to have the knights to defend against the barbarians who attack you. So that's why you buy and play the knights.
Yeah.
And then the knights also have some special abilities with you can move the robber away from you.
Mm-hmm.
You can play a knight, activate it, and you move the robber away from your area.
So, isn't that the same as regular Catan?
No, you can't move the knight away from you.
The robber?
The robber.
I
No,
thought-
that's a card. No, you get a little wooden piece and you
Uh-huh.
play it on the board,
Uh-huh.
and now you have a knight protecting that area.
I thought when you got knights in the base game, you could move the robber.
That's a card. You play a card.
That's what I was saying. So the knights are no longer just cards?
No, it's physically a thing
Okay,
you put on the
okay.
board. And then and there's no more development cards. Instead, oh boy. So you can upgrade
is
your
an
cities in
expansion.
3 different ways: blue, yellow, and green. And then that dice also has a blue, yellow, and green symbol on it. So when you upgrade those buildings and you roll a blue, yellow, or green
Mhm.
symbol, and you have that upgraded, then you get special cards from those piles, which
Okay.
are basically the new development cards, which are half the same thing and half
Something new?
like new and kind of powerful. Like
Yeah.
there's a merchant you can have now. You play the merchant, you play it on a specific spot, and then now you can trade stuff from that spot for a 2-for-1
Oh, nice.
to the merchant. But then somebody else can play the merchant and steal it away from you, and then you can't do that anymore, right?
Yeah.
And then also, if you have a city on, you have to have a city on a number of a rock or a wood or a
Clay.
no, not clay, not wheat. What's the
Sheep?
sheep? And then that's how you. And then when you roll that number, now you get one sheep and then one cloth or whatever. Okay, so there's 3 new piles, and that's how you upgrade your cities.
Okay.
Did you get it all?
Some of it, most of it. I think if I played it, it would.
As soon as you play,
sense.
you'd be like, you got it.
Yeah.
I got it easy.
If I have it in front of me, I think it'd be easier to.
So we did play it
Figure
wrong. Obviously.
That sounds about right. That tracks.
About like everybody else thought that. So now you still have longest road, but largest army, which is where you have the most knights. That's not. You don't use that anymore. But everybody else thought you did, even though I said you don't use. I thought I said you don't use it anymore, but maybe I did. I guess I didn't. So like Skylar's whole strategy was to get as many knights as he possibly could.
Yeah.
So I was wondering why he's playing so many knights. And then I was like, oh, you don't have that. And he's like, what? And everybody else was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Thought it made sense, yeah.
Yeah. And then also, normally with development cards, you can only play one on your turn.
Yeah.
But with these new cards, I just assumed you could only play one.
Yeah.
Because that would make sense to me. But then it was like, oh, no. You could play multiple on your turn. And the game took like hella long. It was like
I bet
3.5 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
But if we had played with multiple of them, we definitely would have ended an hour earlier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then also like the game like ended because Skyla got the most knights, so we decided to continue playing with that knight card, even though you're not supposed to. And at first I was like kind of really annoyed because I'm like, we're not supposed to play with this knight card.
Yeah.
But I kind of did say that I assumed that you can only play one of those special. I forget what they're called, special cards at a time.
Not development cards, right?
No, they're called something else. But no, you could play with unlimited of them.
Okay.
On a turn. And if we could have done that, we could have done some combos.
Yeah.
So it's fine, but definitely want to play that again. And then Skylar, he was like, he's like, this is so much better than normal Catan. And I was like, yeah, but it's kind of like a different game. Like I like normal Catan because you can play it with 3 or 4 people, 45 minutes, bam, game over, done.
Yeah.
And it can be real quick. And then if you decide like as a group that you're not going to trade as much, you can just fucking go, and you can play it super, super fast. So that's why I really like normal Catan.
Yeah, honestly, that's also, it's like it depends on who you play with, because some people really want to trade a lot, especially if they set themselves up with a variety. Honestly, anybody. If you set yourself up with a variety, you have everything you need. You just never have enough, and that always seems to be the problem. Or you'll have somebody who has just stone and just wood, and they just get 4 or 5 a turn, and they have to trade it away to make any sort of progress. So there really isn't a middle ground. So you're stuck with somebody asking to trade every single turn.
Yeah, and I screwed up. You have to have a different strategy, really, to play. And I kind of played... I went first. I kind of don't like going first. It's kind of... I feel like it's hard to... I like going any of the other numbers.
Yeah.
I kind of like going fourth the most because you get to play twice in a row. So it's a snake draft. So first goes, second goes, third goes, fourth goes, third goes, second goes, first goes.
Yeah.
But then the problem is if you go first and you have to pick the best spot if you go first. If you go first and you pick like the second best spot and then the next person picks the next one, you're like, oh, that spot would have been better. And then you're like, I'm probably going to lose the game because your your second spot's going to be shit.
Yeah.
So I had two really good spots if it was a normal game of Catan.
Yeah.
But you got to play differently because you need more sheep and stone and
wood, I think
wood.
you said?
Yeah. But you also need wheat to upgrade your cities.
Yeah.
So I didn't win. I came in third though. Skylar lost. Skylar came in last, and Flynn was 1 point away, and Skylar won. And now it's to 13 points.
Oh, nice. Well, I guess if you want to speed the game up.
Yeah, also one more thing. If you have the most knights on the board when the barbarians attack and you repel them, then you get a victory point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but the problem is like it went to the last one, and then like we rolled like 10 of the non-barbarians in a row.
Yeah.
And like Skylar was like, I just want my victory point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean if you drop it back down to 10, I think it would speed the game up a bit. honestly.
Yeah, but I think it's like
Because if the game is taking too long, if you just drop the points down to 10, you
well,
can
I think
make it
that
work.
the game, like I said, the game would have been way quicker. It was also our first time learning it,
Yeah.
and if we could have used multiple cards in one turn, it would have ended so much earlier.
Okay.
So much. It would have ended an hour earlier.
I
But it was
believe
a lot of fun. Yeah, you got to play it one day.
One of these days, yeah.
One of these days when you actually
When I have the
want
time.
to hang out, stay.
Yep. When I have the time. I would today, but I gotta give the dog a bath.
All right, Magic, go.
I'm working on a new black green deck. I think I'm gonna do like Death Touch Scorpions and Spiders, just because it seems pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a red white deck. I think the method that I'm going to do is come up with the idea of the deck and then fill it out as best I can to that like schematic, just because certain things work better. So my red and white is going to be soldiers and explosives, basically. So just all of my red cards are going to be either
Burns, you mean?
pretty much. So just instants that deal damage, like direct damage to either creatures or players, and then token generation with white. Just helped make a blue-white deck that was just angels, and the whole goal was to just put out like 2 or 3, and they just spawn tokens for the turn to attack, and then just disappear. So they're basically like fodder, almost. But a lot of them have added effects, like if it dies, it comes back the next turn. So I'm thinking about trying that, but I don't think it will work too well because I only have 2 or 3 cards that kind of apply to it. But I have to dig up some more stuff. I'm thinking I should probably put more artifacts and stuff in the decks just to fill space, because a lot of times they just add value without actually taking up any cost. Because, I mean, if I throw it out there, I throw it out there. The last one I think I was setting up was my first 3 color. It was white, red, and green. It's going to be the big monsters of green with the burn of red and the low creatures of white. So it's going to be a little rough to playtest, only because I'm running so many land. It's going to have to pay for everything, and there's very few cards that are low cost that are all 3. So I'm kind of stuck in that one. But with the new commanders coming out, fingers crossed.
In June?
I mean, who knows how long this will take. I might just substitute one of the decks with the commanders that come out, just because it's already a pre-made deck. Why not? I haven't made all of the single like monocolor decks though. I don't have a blue deck completed yet, and I don't have a red deck completed. But I think
I don't
I'm
have
just
any of
gonna
my
do-
decks completed.
Well, I mean, like, I have a concept, but I don't have the cards set up for it. Because I want to go for about 40 cards and then just do the rest land, or 45 cards and do the rest land. So I'll figure it out once I get there, but I think I want to do like a blue control deck or a blue-black control deck. I haven't figured out which yet. Because I know black has a lot of like return cards. So if I get to burn the same card twice in one turn, it'd make it worth it. I just haven't decided yet because I don't really have anything that wraps everything back together on either of those colors. So it's just a little difficult to kind of set everything up without like a main goal or a main card to kind of wrap everything around. I'm just happy I'm not doing commander format because 100 card decks would kill me.
Yeah, that's how I said it before. I'm just doing I just found some interesting lands, and I was like, some tribal. I just looked this up. They're called tribal lands.
Yeah.
Found some tribal lands, the first set of tribal lands that came out, and I just made a deck
based around them.
Those 3. So there's 5. There's soldiers, so I made a soldier deck.
Yeah.
That one needs a lot of work. I'm trying to do like soldiers with equipment and like that. I just don't have the cards. I need some more cards.
Yeah.
So that one needs a lot of work, but I still really like it.
Yeah.
There's this card called a Kithkin. It's called a Banner Rush Valley, whatever.
Yeah, I think
it's
you
a
sent it to me.
Kithkin soldier. Okay. Yeah. So do you have any?
Yeah, I got to double check, but yeah.
And So when I sent it to you a week ago, you couldn't double check.
I have 6,000 cards to go through, so no.
And then
I'm still sorting them out by
that
color.
cost that when it's on the field.
Mm.
Soldier spells cost 1 less to play.
Yeah.
So I got like quite a
There's a few that are just 1 or 2
7
cost.
1 cost soldiers.
Yeah.
That if one of those on the field, I just play for free.
There's a few that are like 2 cost, which I mean they're not
no,
one.
I mean,
but yeah.
I've done probably like 30 practice hands of the soldier
Yeah.
deck. I'm just sitting there watching TV. I'm just doing practice hands.
Yeah.
And I'll play like I've played like I got a couple of 4 cost, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tap 1 to play this super powerful
Yeah.
thing. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
huh.
Well, that's one of the things. Like, there's a few, especially when it comes to soldiers. There's a few that are a little high cost, but they bring a lot to the table.
You just kicked.
I think you did.
Abu just kicked me.
There's a couple. I think it was Dueling Fencer. I'd have to double check. I think it's a 3 cost or a 2 cost, but it has double strike and it's a 2/2. So it's like it's not the greatest card, but double strike makes it pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I got a owl. I can't remember what it is. The
Yeah.
picture is an owl, so I don't know what it is. And it's like a flying, and it's like a 3. It's a 5 cost 3/5 double strike.
Yeah.
But like, if I have 2 of those Kithkin soldiers on the field,
Yeah.
then it costs 3 to play, and then I put the basic indestructible hammer on it,
Yeah.
and then it's a 5/5 with indestructible flying and a
Yeah.
swing, and it's like, and then I tap
With
my
double strike?
Daru encampment to give it +1/+1, and then I
Yeah.
also have another soldier on there that gives all creatures when they attack alone a +1/+1.
Mhm.
So then like, I'll
You're
just
swinging
swing
with
with
like
a
8/8
with a
double strike.
8/8
flying,
double strike flying,
invincible or indestructible.
8/8 flying double strike indestructible,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh,
There's not a lot you can really do.
yeah,
with
like a
that.
couple times, like Skylar came over, we played some Magic,
Yeah.
and a couple times, like I finally got a good combo, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I swing with a 7/5 indestructible double strike, and he's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Honestly, if you have a card that's, I don't think white has it, but if you have a card that's white that gives trample, I think it's the only thing that would make that better. Because even if they block, like even if they get the chance to block, you're still trampling.
But now I need some equipment or enchantment spells or whatever that makes my shit hexproof.
I got you, boy.
Because I did that a little bit. White
No.
ones.
Well, I mean, a lot of enchantments or a lot of artifacts are colorless.
Or artifact, yeah.
Yeah.
So like I did that, like I made like something super powerful, and
Yeah.
Skylar's like, kill, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. I
I
have
need to
2
find some of
cards that are
those.
colorless. I think it's Aetherweave Shroud. I have to double check it, but I think it's a 2 cost that gives you Shroud. So they basically can't cast on you. And then I have Lightning Greaves for 2, and I think it's a 1 equip that gives you Haste and Shroud. So they basically can't like cast on you.
Yep. All right. And then I also got a wizard deck and the whatever the
I fucking hate that wizard deck.
card is. Yeah, I gotta play with that. I gotta mess with that a little bit. I can make it a lot better.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
honestly, a Planeswalker on that deck would make it so vicious.
And that one, the special land is, I can't remember what it is. Okay, well, so real quickly, I want to get past this, because I don't want this to be 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So there's like the first set of tribal lands. I think it was the first one that came out. There's one soldier one, a wizard one,
Mhm.
an elf one, a goblin one.
I need that goblin one. No, go get back to it. Oh, fucking nice. Hey,
Is that good?
this is actually really.
Does that
good.
help you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of using those and well, you can have them. I was thinking of using those and
I'll
making
put
like
'em right up here.
and making like a. Because I don't want to just a red. I'm trying to make a red burn deck, but it needs a lot of work because I need more creatures
Yeah.
that work with it. And I was thinking like maybe I can make a goblin red white. I'm
Yeah.
not red white, red black deck
Yeah.
with those. But if you're gonna take them, then I'll just make something else. Cause I don't
Honestly,
actually
at this
care
point,
that
I'm
much.
just like I'm looking up proxy cards, just because they're not like full value cards, but you can get a shit ton of proxy cards
Yep.
for like a few pennies.
Oh, okay. And then I also have a,
Go for it, yeah.
and then that returns a, and then the wizard one returns a wizard to your hand. And so the goal of the deck is supposed to be to play a wizard, return it to my hand, and then keep playing that wizard over and over again.
Yeah, because it has
which-
entrance effects.
Yeah. So that's the point. I need a couple more wizards. So I with my rat deck, which a swarm yard that I have in my rat deck is also a tribal land.
I was gonna say, what's the swarm or what's the tribal land for black? Is it rats?
The tribal land for black is zombies.
Okay, zombies is still tough.
Yeah, I just don't want a zombie deck because I feel like it's cliche as fuck. And Skylar's like, I have 3 zombie decks,
Dumb.
and I was like, that's cliche as fuck. I just don't want to make a zombie deck.
No, I get it.
So those are like the first 5 that came out.
Yeah.
And the elf, dude, finding the elf one for, so my brother-in-law's old elf deck from like 2014, we used to play, and we all fucking hated it. It was so good, to beat the shit out of us. And I played like against Skylar, and then I got up to like 60 life because I got like 7 on the field, and then I tap it, and then I use my tribal Wirewood Lodge to untap that and then tap it again.
Yeah.
So I gain 14 life 2 turns in a row. So I gained 28. So I gained 30 life in 2 turns. And it was funny, like Skylar, like he's like attacking me, trying to get me to block, and I'm just not blocking.
Yeah, because you can take it.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm attack for 17. I was like, okay, I'll just take it. And he's like, fucking great.
God damn.
And I was like, I still have 30 life. I'll
when
just
you,
take
when
17
you take 17 damage,
I know, it
sucks.
felt so good. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to do 1 damage to that elf. And I'm like, okay, I'll tap my other elf to give that elf
like a
plus
1/1,
X plus X for every other elf on the field.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll also he's like, and then I don't think he did this, but then he could have been like, and then I'm gonna attack. It's like, okay, and then I'll tap my Wirewood Lodge to untap that, and then I'll tap it again to give this creature plus X, and then I'll block. So like,
it's
once
rough.
I found those Wirewood Lodges, I was like, this makes this deck, takes this deck to the next level.
There's one more card I want to see if I can find. It might be in my stack, but it's a great fucking card, and I don't have a use for it because I'm not making a deck like this. But it's called Sylvan Library. Basically, any creature you have can be tapped for mana. Any. And if you have the ability to untap them to use their effect, it just adds so much
the thing,
more.
there's like, it was like what I was looking up like some, I don't know, I've been watching a shitload of Magic videos.
I'm telling you, man, it's addictive.
And I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Because that's all I'm doing. And then there's like an elf that you tap it, and it gives you 1 green mana for every other elf you control.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that this deck is set up, like I feel like I don't really even need that.
No, you don't, honestly.
Maybe like I'm like, yay, but I'm basically playing all the cards anyways. Like like I don't really need that, you know.
Yeah.
But
it's more for like response instance.
Yeah, but I watched a couple of videos and they're like, this is super, super powerful. But honestly, with the Wirewood Lodge, I feel like I don't need that.
I think it's because playing Wirewood Lodge, you have to play something like Commander, because it's out of standard. It's
oh no, I don't care about like the guy at the
nothing
store
like
is
that,
like, do you play Commander? Or he's like, so what format do you play? I was like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
I play at my table. Like
if I don't have fun against the deck, I'm just not gonna play against it.
Yeah.
Like Flynn, we talked about this before. Flynn is a land destruction deck.
Dumb.
And I'm like, it was
great deck.
funny to play against it once.
Yeah.
But if that's your main deck, I'm not playing against that deck every time. Fuck that, dude. That's why they took land destruction essentially out of the format. There's a little bit, but like
I have a few cards.
yeah, of the now format. So
no, they're new.
Yeah, they took but it's not a main. So they took it out. It's probably never going to be like a main strategy again. It'll be a side, like a couple every here and there.
Well, there's so many cards that protect against it now.
Yeah, and they also cards protect against it, because I watched this one video and this guy's like, the history of land destruction or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that, and he's like, and essentially since then they basically haven't made it a real thing, because guess what? It's not that fun to get all your lands destroyed.
Yeah. There was one card that I have. I think it's like an 8 cost. It basically just says you throw away your hand, you throw away everything on the board, and you draw 7 new cards. So it's like you start the game over, but you keep the life you're at. I was like, for a 7 or 8 cost, that's fucking broken. Especially if you're getting destroyed. You just wipe everything off of the board, start again.
Yeah. So I feel like if any cards like, I don't know, maybe some cards are still probably fucking.
Oh yeah.
Some bullshit. Oh, but real quick, I went through. I've been playing my rat deck. It's probably my second favorite deck.
Yeah.
So my favorite deck was my heroic deck. We talked about that before. It's a red white deck.
Yeah.
But I think I messed with it, I think, too much, and I think I fucked up the mana curve.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, we'll take a look at it.
I got to work on that. And I think so. It was more red focused with white being aside, but I think I accidentally switched it to more white focused with red being the secondary. And that's kind of not messed it up, but
it's changed the balance.
Just changed the balance a little bit. And I got to work on that. I got to kind of change it.
Just adjust.
Maybe not back, but I got to adjust it a little bit. But the thing is, I just played that one so much that I'm having fun messing with my other ones. So my rat deck, I wrote down, I think, all the creatures that I want in that deck. And it's essentially getting rid of like half the creatures I have now. But the problem is I just kind of have to do that. I got like one card I forget what it's called, but I have 4 of them in the deck because I made this deck a while ago.
Yeah.
And it's like when it enters the battlefield, each player discards a card.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of good. You can discard your creatures and you can get them back, but it makes you discard a card. But the problem is it's a 4 cost.
Oof.
And it's a 2/1.
That's not
so
great.
It's like that's a strong ability, but it's still a 4 cost 2/1. So it's like
I don't know if
it's
that's a
not
strong
really-
ability for that. Discarding a card while making your opponent discard a card. There's like 1 cost cards that do that.
Yeah, I know. So that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
old. So that's about like I have that in the deck, and I'm like, it's still. I think it's a pretty strong ability because especially if they can't get stuff back from the graveyard, it's like, oh, you can't like get rid of like. So that's good, but it's still a 4 cost 2/1.
Yeah.
Well, which also is not that great. So I wrote down all the creatures, all the rats that I want, and I'm essentially like revamping the whole deck.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm going to take a look at some proxy cards. I think I have a Planeswalker in mind that would work perfectly for that, where it's basically like you return a card from the graveyard to the field.
Yeah, and then so I'm trying to like there's
loyalty.
one card when it enters the field. It's the one I have says target opponent discards a card, but I looked it up, and there's one that says every opponent discards a card, which I should use that one instead in case I do 2-headed giant.
2-headed giant seems like a fun game, like play style to play. I want to so bad.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't have enough people to play with to play it.
That's like Skylar. He's like, "Why don't you play Commander?" I was like, "We're supposed to play it with 4 people, right?" I was like, "I don't play normal Magic ever.
Yeah.
When the fuck am I gonna play 4 person?"
Yeah. Because I think 2-headed giant you need 5 or something like that, or 6.
It's just 2v2.
It's not 2v2.
2-headed giant is 2v2.
I thought it was 2v3.
2-headed giant is 2v2, and you share life.
Okay.
And you share the field.
Then what's the other format? I'll
I
have
don't
to
know
look
what
it
the
up.
fuck you're talking about.
I have to look it up because there's one where it's 2v3.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'll look it up. I'll find it for you.
But
I'll
hurry up
post
before
it in
the
the
camera
comments.
turns off.
No,
He'll post it in the comments. All right. Oh, we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
This was too long. I wanted this to be short. All right. Next topic.
I was gonna say I know we're done with Magic, but I remembered I had a card.
What is it? Hurry up.
There's one card where
we missed it. 421.
Dang. If you start your turn with 40 life, you automatically win.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And some formats you already start with 40 life, so if you just get it out on the
It's
field.
banned in those formats.
I don't know if it's banned.
I think it's banned normally.
I don't think so. I'll double check.
It might be not. It's probably not banned in like Vintage, but nothing's banned in Vintage basically.
Yeah.
But in like whatever.
See the combo I sent you? Where it's like if you gain life, they lose life. Every time they lose life, you gain life. I found out that does stack. So it triggers every single time. So it's basically an infinite loop until they die.
Yeah, see, I just wouldn't like.
I love that.
Like, here's my thing. It's like, did your deck have any infinite loops in it? Does it have any turn 3 wins?
I get turn 3 wins. Infinite loops.
Does it have any turn 3 wins? Does it have any infinite loops?
Yeah.
Yes to either of those. I'm not playing against that deck.
I get it.
I say turn 3 wins because probably most decks don't have turn 1 wins.
There's a few that.
But
have
like,
turn
if
2.
you have an amazing combo where you win in the first like 3 turns, then that's before I get. Then like maybe I don't get the best hand, or it's my wizard deck which is kind of slow, and I just literally don't have a chance to win if you get that combo. Blue, yeah.
Let's get off of Magic.
Yeah, God damn it.
We'll talk about it later.
All right, video game.
Vigi games.
All I did was play
Apex.
No.
Oh, good.
Dishonored, the last DLC.
Fucking lame.
It's pretty good.
No, I get it. Wanting to finish.
It's pretty good. Finish it. Yep, it's good. The story's like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I've trying to kill people more this one.
Yeah, because it is freeing.
Usually, what I do is like it's a lot of times they're split into 3 sections. I think I said this last time.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'll kill people the first section, and then the second section I'll be like, I'll just decide I'm gonna do this one super stealthily.
Yeah.
And I'll do it super stealthily. Maybe restart a couple times, and then the third one I'll start doing it stealthily
until you
and then give up, and then I just kill everybody. That's usually how it happens every single time.
Well, that's most games that have a stealth element, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like you start out with the intentions of like nobody's supposed to know you're here until the alarm gets triggered.
Then you get a little bit fucking. Then you do it 5 times in a row. You're like,
LM-
fuck this.
LMG.
Screw this.
Yeah. I want to jump in on it, but I hear the second game just kind of like everything that happens in the first game doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan. I don't want to dive down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if maybe I'll play a second. But it's like
my OCD won't let me play the first one without playing the second one though. Like, it hurts that
You
I'm
play-
only missing one Assassin's Creed in the entire catalog.
Which one?
I'm missing Origins, the one in Egypt. It's the only one I haven't played, and it's fucking killing me.
Played one.
Yeah. I
You
borrowed
played
Joe's.
Liberation. You didn't play Liberation.
Was that the PS Vita version?
Yeah,
Or the
but
PS
it's also
no.
on the PS. It was free. You have it. It was a PSN Plus download on them.
I think I might actually have it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But Origins is the only one that I haven't
But
touched.
that's a main game. See,
Yeah,
Liberation's a side game. It does actually. Liberation. I think the story is that it's a video game.
Yeah, I'm good over that. I don't care. Because there's
was
also
still-
like
I still liked it.
Chronicles or some dumb version of that.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But it bugs me that that's the only one I haven't played, and it's one of the better
Why don't you
versions.
play it?
I don't have it.
I thought you said every Assassin's Creed was on the
It is.
PlayStation thing, except for that one.
No, that one's there.
You just haven't played it.
I haven't played it. I have it down. I think I have it on my list to download.
See, I don't have to because I played Watch Dogs 1, and I'm like, I don't need to play 2 or 3.
I want to play 2 so bad. I
need
don't
to.
want to touch 3, but I want to play 2.
I don't need to play 2.
Because I hear 3 would just take you down a rabbit
I'm
hole.
good. I'd play through 1 again, honestly, if I had a bunch of time.
I'm still playing it.
If I was single, I'd play through 1 again, dude.
If you weren't married.
If I wasn't married.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why I say at work, I'm like, hey, if I was single, I'd be coming in for overtime all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
So I can't. It's not really up to me.
No, I get it.
All right, what have you been playing? That's all I played.
I recently got back into Monster Hunter just because.
Nice.
I know, right? Jess wanted to play. I convinced her to play. So we're getting back into that, and it's pretty fun. Like, the way we have it set up is I just grabbed one of her spare computer monitors and stuck it on the table, and she has her spare computer monitor for work that she just uses, and we just set them on top of the PlayStations, and we're playing like this far apart.
Lame.
Yeah. She wanted a couch co-op game, and I was like, we're on the couch and we're playing together. Same thing. And then I
Sure.
reminded her that I had to give Modern Warfare back, and that's all we've been playing. Oh.
Good.
Oh. I have a story to ask
Go.
you about. It is bugging the hell out of me.
Story to ask me about.
I have a situation, and I want to see your perspective on it because
Go.
I
Shoot.
rage quit. I was playing DMZ, and as you know, DMZ's PvE VP, so there's players as well as
Mhm.
just like random,
Yes.
you know. In the game, there's weapon cases that give you specific blueprints or unlock weapons for you.
Yes.
Once you pick it up, everyone on the map knows where you are. It's basically like it automatically pings. The third guy we were playing with didn't get anything of worth out of that run, but me and Jess did. So we're like, I want to exfil my shit. She wants to exfil her shit. If you really want to go get something, we'll play another game. Like, it's not that late. We'll play another game. We'll make sure you get whatever you want. We'll throw you whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, the weapons case is right there. Let's just push these guys. I was like, don't. Also, there's a sniper.
You're like, you're on your own, buddy?
No. I was like, we have to go that way for exfil anyway. So it's like, let's see what happens. Like, if they exfil, the way the game works is it doesn't remove the case from the game. If somebody exfils with it and they get to the point, like on the helicopter, they get to the point where they like unload from the game, the weapons case floats in midair. It's like no clipped in the game. So if you get on the same exfil and you exit the same spot, you can see it no clip through the helicopter and you could pick it up real quick. So I was like, let's just do that. That way they get it and we get it and we're still good guys. He's like, nah, I'm going to push. Immediately get sniped.
Yeah, obviously.
Immediately. I was like, great.
Dumbass.
Okay, now we're doing this. I'll pick you up. Let's dip. Let's get away from them. They get exfil.
Yeah,
reset, you know.
reset,
Or
art, replate,
get a better
reset,
position.
replate, reload.
Yeah,
reposition.
if they push, we can at least like let them push us and we'll be set up. He immediately gets picked up and starts shooting, turns a corner, gets shot in the face. So I pick him up again. Jess gets shot in the face. So I'm like, I should just bail on both of you right now. And I was like, no, because I'll never hear the end of it. So I pick him up. I turn around.
Who's this other guy? Some random guy?
No, it's one of Jess's friends. But
That makes sense.
I kill one of them, and I was like, all right, perfect. Plate once, go to throw a second plate in, see another guy, pull the gun up, start shooting. He forgets he has a self-res and just stays there on the ground. And then I get killed. The guy runs up to me, thirsts me, and then he's like, oh, I got a self-res, as he kills him. I was like, we all just lost all of our stuff because you got greedy.
You say, Nick,
And I'm the bad guy.
I played Apex enough times. This is what you say. You want to go push him? Go push him.
Well, that's
I'm
the
going
thing
this
is,
way.
like, we had to push that direction anyway. So I was like, we can either wait a few minutes, or if they push us, we can respond. Like, there's no need to go after them. He's like, oh, it'd be fun. I was like, it being fun for you
wait,
ruined
whatever.
it for us.
You go to a building, and you wait and say, you want to push him, go push him.
We
I'm
were like
waiting.
in a Zen garden, so there's like no cover except for like a gazebo in the middle.
That's what you get.
They have
with people who
line of
just
sight
want to
on.
push and they don't give a fuck about anything. You just gotta say, I'm not. Go for it, buddy.
Well, the thing is, like, he didn't have anything of value, so he didn't have anything to lose. And I was like, he literally ruined the night for us.
Yeah, well, that's being selfish. He doesn't care about you guys.
And I was like, well, he just wanted to have fun. I was like, him wanting to have fun lost us everything else.
Then you say, what about me?
Exactly.
That's why I say, okay, what about me? What about my having fun? That wasn't fun for me.
Exactly.
So how come I have to sacrifice my funness for his fun? My
for a person we're never going to meet.
For his happiness.
For a person we're never going to meet. Yeah.
Like, how come he can't sacrifice his happiness for my happiness?
And it's like, it's just stuff. We can go get it again. I was like, now I have to go get it again. It's not a matter of like.
That's what I say. That's like
yeah.
We've had like conversations about like game nights and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like my response, my mentality now is I'm like, okay, what about me? Like, I have to have fun too. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a compromise.
Yeah.
We have to have fun together. Okay. It's like some people can be really selfish in video games or in games.
Yeah.
Where they want to have fun. And they're like, well, I'm not having fun, so I'm not going to help you have fun.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I was like, I told him.
Well, how come I have to have fun? How come I have to sacrifice my fun for you to have fun? Okay.
Yeah. But I told him, I was like, if you didn't get anything of value and you really want to push this team, I get it. Let's just go another match. We have a bunch of stuff. That's
like a compromise. You're like, here, you do what I want, and the next match we'll do what you want.
I told him, I was like,
that's a compromise.
There's a bunch of stuff.
He refused to take that compromise.
He already has most stuff unlocked.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's even more selfish. That's even more selfish than what I thought.
So his entertainment isn't exfilling with stuff or
with
exfilling at all. His entertainment is making sure other people don't exfil.
Oh, one of those people?
He's like, yeah, the purpose of the game is to kill other people. Is to shoot other
friends
people.
With those people.
I'm not.
That's not good. That's not a good person.
I sent him a friend request like 3 games before that. I canceled the request.
That means that's a dickhead.
Yeah. He's like, I'm so far in the game, like the only thing I can do is kill other players. And I'm like,
play a different game. That's my response. Play a different game.
You also aren't good enough to take on a team, and we aren't good enough to help you not get killed. So you can play with somebody else, or you can like not quite like bring yourself down to our level, but you're outnumbered in this argument. So it's like either you can ruin the fun for us trying to have fun, or you can find somebody else to play with. Because me and Jess were perfectly fine playing alone. Like, we were having fun. We were accomplishing stuff. Yeah, we got killed a few times. But we understood that, like, oh, it wasn't really anybody's fault, or it was both of our fault. So it's like, yeah, they were just better. In this situation, it's like, how about we just set ourselves up to fail, and when we do, just say that, oh, they're trash. Like, talk shit to them. It's like, that's not how this works. Like, if you want to do that, go play Shipment. You know?
That's just not a good teammate.
Yeah, as soon as it said it's like your squad was eliminated, I just hit the power button and went to bed. Like, I literally got up. I was like, I'm so pissed. Like, we lost everything. Like, it was 45 minutes of playing, and we lost everything because he wanted to get greedy. And it absolutely ruined my night. I was so pissed.
Then was Jess like...
She was like trying to, not quite like playing devil's advocate. She's like, it's just stuff though. It's just a game. I was like, yes. But you realize like how much time we just put into there and it's all gone. We could have sat there for 45 minutes twiddling our thumbs and gotten the same amount of stuff accomplished. Like we wasted our time and that was it. So now I'm going to bed mad. And it was obnoxious.
They say never go to bed mad though, Nick.
Not at each other. I can go to bed mad. I can go to bed pissed off.
All right. Movies. What you been watching?
Movies. Nothing.
No movies? Last 2 weeks? Not a single movie?
The new season of Mandalorian came out, and the ending of Last of Us came out. So we passed off on movies because we figured once we finish Last of Us, we'll have plenty of time to watch movies. We're actually supposed to watch The Whale tonight.
Brendan Fraser! Oscar.
He won an Oscar. Great speech. I reposted it on TikTok.
Okay, so I rewatched 2 movies. I rewatched Daddy Daycare.
Nice.
It's a great fucking movie, dude.
Oh, I did watch a movie. I watched Saving Private Ryan. Again. For the 14th time.
One of the best movies ever.
It was a great movie. It's a great movie.
Just because?
Just because. I was sitting at lunch and it popped up on YouTube. Free to watch, so I just watched it. Yeah,
It's so good.
it's great.
And I rewatched Gridiron Gang, which is also a great movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Yeah,
Which is also a great movie.
it's pretty good.
And then me and Skylar watched Love Hard. Okay, so that's got Victoria Justice in it.
Yeah.
And then this guy who you recognize him, he's an actor, some Asian guy. I don't remember his name.
Johnny Sins.
Jimmy O Yang, that guy.
Oh yeah, he's
You
great.
seen that guy?
He's
on
great.
Stand up and
He's
all that
hilarious.
shit. And that was really good. It was a romantic comedy. It's a Victoria Justice. She meets a guy on a dating app.
Mm-hmm.
And they date for like 2 weeks. And then she flies across the country from LA to New York to surprise him on Christmas.
Oh,
And she shows up. And instead of being the super hot guy,
Yeah.
it's Jimmy O Yang.
Hey, I mean that's still a catch.
And it was really funny. And then
That's still a catch.
it was pretty good. And then he's like, he helps her get a date with like trying to date like a hot guy or whatever.
Run it back.
But then it's a love story.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was good. It was like a classic
What are you
romantic
eating?
comedy, but it was really funny. Hey, what are you doing?
I think you found barbecue sauce or something on the top of the box.
He's licking the box. All right. TV shows.
Mandalorian and Last of Us. I've been watching a lot of Pedro Pascal. Last week it was his. Nope, never mind. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I was about to drop a huge spoiler. Never mind.
All right, I did. But I've been watching Gravity Falls a little bit.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a kid show. So.
Yeah. So was Bluey, but there's adults that love it.
Yeah, it's.
Well, Amanda.
It's pretty good. I thought so like the guy like it's Dipper and Mabel, the twins, and then Grunkle Stan because he's their great uncle, so they call him Grunkle Stan.
Yeah.
Which is just hilarious.
It is. Yeah.
I thought that they all three went on adventures, but so far,
No.
I think later on he does, but so far he doesn't go on any of the adventures. The whole show was about them going on adventures and him doing.
I don't think he does. I think he's just like an added.
There's some backstory thing
Yeah.
that happens with magical whatever.
Yeah.
And in the first episode, he has like a secret layer that he goes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then they never talk about it ever again. He never does anything. And well, I don't know. I'm like 15 episodes in, and like nothing special has happened with him really.
Don't worry, it'll come back around, I guess.
But yeah, in like episode 35.
Yeah.
I just watched it during lunch. I watched one at the house, and all the rest has just been on my lunch break.
Nice.
And I just started watching last night. Keep Breathing. Okay, that's a limited series on Netflix. And it's about a woman who survives a plane crash, and now she's stuck in the wilderness.
I think I heard about that.
You see the trailer. The trailer was really good.
I think I heard about that.
And it's cool, but it's so unrealistic because this woman holding her breath for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. If it's the one I heard about.
If it had showed her as like a swimmer,
yeah.
and then she could hold her breath, sure.
Is it
But
the one?
she's just a normal. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
She's just a normal person, I think, and it hasn't showed her be a like swimmer or
Yeah.
anything, and she's just holding her breath for 5 minutes.
That's not the one that's based on a true story, is it?
No.
Okay. Because there is one that's similar. It's based on a true story. Like a woman survives a crash because a plane just disintegrates somewhere in like South America, and she somehow finds her way back to civilization. And
No,
they're
you're talking about the like 14-year-old girl.
I don't think it was a 14-year-old girl.
There was a 14-year-old girl that got sucked out of a plane,
Oh yeah.
and she fucking landed.
She's just like
And
still
she
strapped in her
survived
chair and shit.
Yeah, and then
I think,
she
yeah.
survived in the wilderness by herself. Hey,
I'll have to double
stop
check,
licking your asshole.
but I'm pretty sure it's. I think it's a separate story, but it
I know what
it
you're
has
talking
similarities. But they couldn't like it's so dense they couldn't find the plane wreckage like at all, flying over. So when she got back to civilization, they gave her food, water, and all that. I think like 2 weeks later, she took them back to the plane crash, and they just found bodies all over the place. And it was the only way they were going to identify
Yeah,
who was
you're talking
alive.
about, yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was the same story or not.
Yeah, it's like she was like 14. It was a 14-year-old girl though.
The story that I heard, she was more like in her 20s or something, but I could be wrong. That was just the one I heard because they did 2 different documentaries about it. One was super like dramatized for Netflix, and the other one was a more authentic documentary that had her actually like part of the documentary. So I'll double check to see what it is, but it could be the same story because I think it was like early 80s or something crazy like that.
Okay, well, there's this one woman named Julianne Kolpik.
She like Swedish or something?
Uh, yeah, 17.
Okay.
So a 17-year-old girl who got Christmas Eve.
Mm.
Maybe we're talking about something else because this is a small plane. Okay.
No, it wasn't like a commercial flight or anything. It was a smaller plane. I think she had to go back.
I think you're thinking of this. She fell 2 miles.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
Survived.
Apparently, like when she would check to see if survivors, like who they were, she would check their, I think it was like their toes, because her and her mom had matching toenail polish, and she wanted to see if it was like her mother before. Yeah, like if they're still strapped in the chair, she wanted to see if it was her mother, so she could just like not look. And it was fucked, like no joke. But yeah, it took a while. Like she just stumbled down the road, like out of the trees, and then bam, dirt road. And somebody drove by. It's like, oh, how's it going? I was like, I just fell out of a plane like 2 weeks ago. You know, like what's that person?
Girl
Yeah,
covered in mud in the side of the rainforest.
yeah.
Bill, turn around. Okay, YouTube. Anything special?
Not exactly. Just a lot of like video game stuff.
I've been watching so much Magic videos.
Yeah,
I just like put it on the background, really.
yeah. I've gone down this rabbit hole of just watching shorts, and as soon as I like search a video, I get nothing but like 40 or 50 shorts about that thing.
Yeah, I'll get
So,
stuck on a shorts thing too, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, it's been 20 minutes. Fuck.
man, I wish it was only 20 minutes.
Okay,
I'll go down
yeah.
that rabbit hole for hours.
Okay, I just didn't want to admit that too.
No, sometimes
No, I'll be like, it's
accidentally-
been an hour and a half. I've
Yeah.
watched 86 YouTube shorts.
Yeah. Because sometimes like TikTok will do it sometimes, or Facebook will do it. Like if I tap the top of my screen, it will scroll back up to the top. And I was like, man, I really wanted to finish watching that. And I'll scroll for like 4 minutes getting back. And I was like, I didn't realize I watched so many of
You
these.
can just go to like your YouTube.
Well, for like Facebook, it won't let me.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can go to like.
Because it'll show you the last one, but it won't like progress. It'll go backwards down the list.
Yeah, I know.
So I've
I know
gotten
on
stuck on that one.
YouTube, you can click. It's like 112 shorts or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and you can click on it and go like,
You can go back through them, yeah.
oh yeah, right here. So
You
there's
swipe
all the shorts
sideways,
I
yeah.
watched, and you can go back through these.
Well, that's in that list. It'll show on the top, usually. Like in a,
Yeah,
like
like
a
how
block or a
like
playlist.
fucking.
Yeah. And that could be
Jesus.
like 20 minutes, or that could be an hour and a half. It all depends on how long they
There's
are.
only a couple. And I'm trying to stop. I'll watch a couple, and I'm like, no, stop.
I found out recently. Have you ever been watching a video on Facebook and you accidentally swipe away and you can't find it again?
Yeah.
I found in the settings your recently watched videos. You
Oh,
can go back
that's how you
through.
do it.
Yo, lifesaver. You know how many episodes of Law and Order I watched halfway through and then accidentally swiped away?
Episodes on Facebook, like full ass episodes.
Like 40 minutes, yeah. Full episodes. No
Did
joke.
you see that?
Honestly, I'll probably find one right now.
Ice-T, right? That's his name.
Yeah, Ice-T.
He's like the longest active live action character on serialized TV.
I believe I did see something like that.
He's currently the longest. It's like 17 years or something. He said, and then there's one actress who's been doing it a year longer than he has. I think on the same show.
Yeah.
But he's the longest. I don't remember what it's called. Actor
Yeah, here's a full 23-minute video. Yeah.
in the history currently the longest serving actor. I can't remember the words he used. Whatever. But
It's
that's
like
pretty cool.
longest consistent career.
Yeah, whatever it is. And it was like, and it's just funny because he goes in for 4 episodes and he's 17 years later. Like, what happened?
Yeah, that is pretty funny. So here you go. I'll show you. So you go to your menu tab,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go videos on watch, and then you go to your little person up in the top, and then it's history. And you can go back and watch all of the stuff that you watched for the day.
Bet.
I know, right? There's a handful of like 40-second videos of Theo Von that was like, I need that joke again.
Yeah. All right. Anything on YouTube? Anything else?
Not particularly. I've been going down this rabbit hole of like fake documentaries it's like
Mockumentaries?
It's like fan documentaries about game lore that's technically
Oh,
canon.
yeah. I like that shit.
Yeah, I
I want to watch more.
love
I
it.
said that a few weeks ago that I wanted to watch
Yeah.
more of those. And I think I tried to find a couple of them, but I just couldn't
Yeah.
it just didn't really work out.
There's one guy who goes through the entire lore and like history of Monster Hunter, Which, mind you, the first game came out in like 2002, and they've just been adding stuff behind the scenes. None of it is lore based. So you play that game, you don't know 90% of the lore in that game, and he goes through and scours everything, and he's put like 19 hours of like documentary format lore just on his channel. And he decided, since one of the games was coming out, he would mash all of the videos into one longer video, just so people can like watch this 8-hour video, get everything they need to, and then move on to the next game. And it's what I fall asleep to now.
Nice.
Jess hates it. Oh, boo.
Okay, hold on. We're time out. My dog wants a belly rub.
I don't know if we have to time out for this. We could just...
All right, we got books. Any books?
Books. No.
Did you recommend a book to me 2 weeks ago?
I believe I did.
Yeah, I don't have my AirPods. I can't find my AirPods. I lost them, so they're in this house.
Caverns and Creatures. It's Lord of the Rings meets Hot Tub Time Machine.
Bet.
Yeah.
I've been to no books. Any books?
I picked up a new one on Audible. I haven't started it yet because I have to finish my other ones. Let me double check. Kyle recommended it to me. It's something by Oprah.
Is it a Christian book?
No. It's like a self-help book.
Is it a Christian self? No.
It's by Oprah and Bruce D. Perry. It's called What Happened to You. He said read it, so I said no, I'll get the audiobook because it's
Bet.
20 hours.
Yeah, there's a guy I follow on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and he makes videos about, I think I've told you this before. He makes videos about like what the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
like the historicity of the Bible and the actual truth
Yeah.
that it actually says.
Yeah.
That's just fascinating, dude. All this like shit, like people like he usually stitches a video and he's like, he says it in a nice way. This has absolutely no historical basis. In fact, this is something somebody just made up randomly. And it, like, do not believe this guy. Like the Easter Bunny, like anything Easter Bunny related to paganism, that is just something somebody made up. That has absolutely no basis in fact. And he's like, so that guy's absolutely completely full of shit.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, somebody will ask a question and he'll be like, well, in the actual, how you actually say this in Hebrew is like this, and it's actually translated into this, which could be translated in 2 different ways, so it could actually technically mean this. So he's like, so that is not necessarily actually true in how like the Bible is actually supposed to be written and stuff like that.
There's a handful of, I think it might be the same guy, but there was a video, somebody brought up like Leviticus or something, and he's like, I was waiting for somebody to bring this passage up. Let's look at the entire passage, not this one sentence. And he says, like, the literal translation for this has multiple meanings, but in the context of the Bible, this is how it's used and this is how it's meant. Because it comes up multiple times. This is the only time they talk about it. So what he's using it for is basically just either whitewashing it or hate washing it, just so it fits his parameters of like what he believes in.
No, but you're not a real Christian if you don't believe in the Bible.
Exactly.
You fucking piece of shit.
Exactly.
You're gonna go to hell, you motherfucking sinning goddamn little bitch.
I can't stand people that are so aggressive about it. Like, get out of here.
Okay, sports.
Sports.
Kings 2 seed. I said they were gonna get 2 seed. I said they were gonna get the 2 seed.
You did, and then you said they were gonna immediately lose.
Second round exit.
Okay, almost immediately lose.
I think the Suns, Kings, or Lakers are gonna come out of the West.
Yeah.
And the East is gonna be.
Do you want to bet
Bucks
money on it?
Or Celtics.
Not with me, but do you want to bet money on it?
No. And then on the East is gonna be Bucks or Celtics.
Come on, $50.
And on the East is gonna be It's gonna be Bucks or Celtics the East, and then Kings. Because the Kings could go on a magical run. Okay.
Yeah.
They just go on a fucking magical run and they just fucking go hard as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then the Lakers, they just got to get in, and then you got AD and LeBron, and you can win the title with that.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then the Suns they just got to get in, and they got KD, and they can win the title.
Yeah. Gonna be hockey fans next year. Me and Jess are looking at teams.
You keep saying this.
Yep, we already picked our teams.
What is it?
She wants to pick LA because ugh.
Because she's from LA, like a fucking loser.
That, and it's the LA Kings, so she's like, yeah, dual purpose of jersey. I was like, shut up.
No.
Also, when the Lakers win championships, the LA Kings hockey team changes their colors for like the first half of the season to Lakers colors. I was like, oh, so they're bandwagoners. No, I'm good. So I'm rooting for Vancouver. She's rooting for LA. Go Canucks.
All right, I'll do Canucks too.
Yeah. She's
That's why I did Packers, just because you like the Packers. So I'm like, I'm gonna like the Packers too. I want Nick to like me.
Packers are trash. Did you hear they signed Jimmy G to Vegas?
Look, Jimmy G, let's go.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson might take a season off because they won't
I would.
negotiate his contract the way he wants.
I would. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
use it. He has the money.
Yeah, people they're like, how do you take a year off? Like, fuck it. I'll take a year off. I don't
When
give
you're
a shit. I don't
making
give a shit.
80 million, you know.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck it. Who gives a fuck? Yeah,
I'd
a bunch
take
of
a year off.
free agency started today, so a bunch of moves happened today.
Yeah. Well, I saw some of this like
Yesterday. Jalen
noon.
Ramsey is on the Dolphins now.
Yeah, apparently they're still negotiating with Carr about staying with the Raiders as a backup.
No, he signed with the Saints.
Did he?
Yeah, couple days ago.
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
I could have
and
sworn I
then,
just saw something
no,
today.
No,
Look at us pulling out our phones, immediately fact checking.
well, I mean that I know for a fact. I'm not.
Hey,
telling you that's
Oakland
what
beat
happened.
the Rockies. Good shit, 8-7.
All right, Bills kept Matt Milano. Great, he's their best linebacker.
I think I just saw that.
Offensive guard stay, another linebacker stay, and a punter. Let's go.
Jets re-signed
Dolphins.
their
Mike
kicker.
White is going to be backup on the Dolphins. Jalen Ramsey.
Epps re-signed with the Raiders.
Quincy Williams re-signed with the Jets. Let's go. Yo, Jets, freaking let's get fucking what's his face? Fucking Rodgers.
I mean,
Rodgers to the Jets. Him and
I might get Jess's brother to send me a signed jersey.
takes John to the fucking
Super Bowl again?
Super Bowl.
I doubt it.
I mean, they're not going. I mean, that was
No,
a joke.
no.
That was a joke. 'Cause it's not gonna happen.
I
but,
doubt it. Yeah. Let me scroll. I just saw something about the Niners signed an agreement. Yeah, they got a new Sam Darnold.
Oh, Sam Darnold's go backup. Yeah, he's gonna be a backup.
Yeah, he's their one year contract.
Yeah, he's just here third string, whatever.
Where is it? I could have sworn I just saw
That's
it.
God damn, the Commanders signed hella people.
Yeah.
They signed an offensive tackle, an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, a linebacker, 2 cornerbackers. Interesting. Man, Tremaine Edmonds went to the freaking Bears. You fucking
Da
Fuck you.
Bears.
fuck you.
Where is
Tremaine
it?
Edmonds, you little fucking.
I could have sworn I just saw something about Carr staying with Vegas.
Well, the Lions ain't done this shit.
Yeah, because they suck.
Packers kept Keyshawn Nixon, good, which
Saw
is
that one.
everybody was wondering. People were wondering if they were going to keep them.
Where is it? We might cut this.
I don't know what you're talking. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I could have sworn I just saw it after the Jimmy G thing.
Derek Carr, Arizona Cardinals have done nothing. Sam Darnold, Javon Hargrave, yep. Geno Smith, they don't. Okay, that's it. Nick, you just go to NFL.com free agency tracker. It's going to be all up to date.
Oh, I was checking ESPN.
Maybe we should cut this.
We will, yeah.
All right, are you done?
No.
What were you looking up? I don't understand. What did you say? You
I saw something about the Raiders trying to come to a deal
with who? They got
with Carr.
no. He signed with the
That's where I was
Saints.
looking.
He's already signed with the Saints.
Didn't he come from the Saints?
No,
I could have sworn he came from the Saints.
no, he was drafted by
Oakland?
them. By Oakland, yeah.
Hmm.
Derek Carr, 4-year, $150 million contract, $60 million fully guaranteed signing. $100 million total guarantees. They got a tight end, defensive back.
Where the fuck is it?
Well, the Bucks ain't done shit, and the Cardinals ain't done shit. Seahawks ain't done. The guys got to do some more. Niners got Sam Darnold, Javon Hargrave, 4-year, $84 million deal. All right, he was probably the most sought after defensive tackle.
Who?
Javon Hargrave. He's the most sought after free agent.
Oh,
Tackle.
I think I saw something about that.
Niners got him. They got a defensive lineman. They got a safety. And a long snapper.
Do we just want to leave this in?
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Sports.
Go Canucks.
That's it. Sports.
A's won.
Kings. Let's go.
Giants won yesterday.
Giants won.
They
Moonbeam.
beat Oakland.
Music,
Fuck
podcast streaming. So music, I got another podcast I haven't listened to. But streaming, I watched a little bit of the ALGS, Apex Legends Global Series.
Let it die.
It's just a pro league.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's not fucking Siege. Siege is on their like 8th year and it's still going. Like pro league and all that shit.
I'd be okay with that. They change enough in Siege.
Fucking hate you so much. They changed so much in Apex.
Yeah.
Dude,
Nah,
Apex.
not enough.
God damn it, Nick.
What?
You move the camera.
Did I move the camera?
Yes.
Nah, it didn't move that much. It's fine.
Apex Legends Pro League is so interesting to watch, dude. It's crazy.
Is it?
These people go fucking
Is
nuts.
Is it?
They go crazy, dude.
Is that why you tell me to just watch the last 2 circles?
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. You just click.
I'm
you
just kidding.
Click
We're just fucking with you.
Final Circles ALGS, and you just watch a couple of those clips, and you'll be like, "That was so fucking intense as shit."
All right, I'll watch one right now.
All right, anything? Music, podcast, streaming.
Music. I'm actually
New album?
I'm working on it. I was looking at new albums yesterday. I'm trying to get a vinyl. Actually, like 2 or 3. They need to restock them. God damn it.
Where?
The website. Their official website.
The website of what? Vinyl? You mean the
I
band?
I hate you so much. Yes. I'm trying to get the Mystery Skulls vinyl.
What is that?
Mystery Skulls is a
band?
fucking band. I say band. It's one guy.
It's not a band. It's an artist.
Sure. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. God. Gotta be so nitpicky. His official
Why are you
site,
so mean to
though,
me?
I'm gonna
What I do to you today?
I'm gonna strangle you. He has to
Do what?
do something. I don't know. They're always sold out. No fucking joke. They're always sold out.
Mhm.
It's killing me.
Is it like a techno thing?
Yeah, kind of. It's like an EDM thing. It's great
Isn't
though.
that just techno?
No,
What's the difference?
more lights, more dancing. No, it was great. I went to a concert last year and phenomenal. There's a bunch of smelly furries though. Ruined it.
Sorry.
I know, right?
Me and Ryan and Andrew and
Duh, they had the
Jordan
full
and-
suits on and everything. They're trying to
and,
like
Chris. Oh, Chris.
no joke. It pissed me off so much. We'll get back to
Sorry,
everything.
Special K was there. And, you know,
It might have been honestly same frame.
maybe
same frame. You know.
tall
this-
and skinny as a mother.
Yeah, this guy who's like 6'2", about 120 pounds, walks up to the table we're sitting at. We have our drinks and stuff down, our phones and stuff down. We had glow sticks because we're those kids. A bag of glow sticks on the table. He walks up and sets his giant fucking helmet on the table. Like there's 30 other tables, but he wanted to be right there. Sets it down, goes and gets a drink, sets it down at our table. I'm like, hey bud, can you move your stuff? This is our table. And he's like, oh, my bad. I thought we were all like friends here. I was like, don't do that.
One of those guys.
Yep. I was like,
Come
don't
on. Where's my hug?
do that. I was
Where's
like,
my hug?
don't do that. And he's like, oh, you don't like the suits or anything? I was like, that's not it. I
You're
just like my space.
You look at him. Yes, you gross fucking disgusting.
Well, there was like 90 people there. There was so much room, and he wanted to crowd us because we were a large group. So he's like, let me just jump in on this group. I was like, no, don't do it. I'm not
No,
saying you
he's
can't have
lonely.
your fun. Just have it over there.
He's lonely.
Do whatever you want.
Just
Just
trying to
over there.
have a 3-way.
No. There was like 7 of us, so no.
8-way. Let's go.
Absolutely not. 3 of the people were like, get that gross, disgusting fake, like that thing away from me. At one point, he like
Who
danced
are these
his way
people you're
over.
hanging out with?
Don't worry about it. He like danced his way
He's got
over.
He's got like hidden. You're
I
like
do.
Logan. Logan's got like
Better
hidden,
friends. I knew that. was
Logan's
good.
got like hidden friends,
yeah.
secret friends that
Yeah.
he apparently has that none of us have.
I
ever
forgot to
met.
text him and tell him I wasn't coming to his birthday party.
I texted him that I forgot to take the day off, which is true.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was doing. I was probably injured, so I
Yesterday?
wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't yesterday.
2 days ago.
It was the 11th.
That's 2 days ago.
What's today? The 13th. Yeah, I was injured. I haven't really been able to walk, so I haven't been able to go anywhere. He's not going to watch this. I'm not going to explain myself to you.
Skyla's going. She's watching. She's going back watching some of them.
Lame.
She just started freaking
Text me when you find this, and I don't know. I'll give
slowly.
you
Yeah,
a
she's
cookie.
on like 9 now or whatever, or 10.
I get a bunch of crumble cookies at work. Let me know if you want any. I have
You
a
gotta-
bag at work if you want them. No joke. I plucked them out for you guys.
You left them at work.
Yeah, they're in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm taking.
All right. Anything else?
I'm trying to get those vinyls.
All right.
Streaming. I'm watching the same guy, Zero.
Oh yeah. Did you ever? You never told me his name.
I did.
You sent it to me.
Yeah, I didn't send it to you. I said it on the podcast. I actually jumped in his Discord because it's great. There's like 5 other streamers in there. It's called, god damn it. Come on. Is it under announcements? Nope. Is it under here? Nope.
Hey, buddy.
Is it here? Nope. Welcome. Is it here? Where is it?
Just you were like, I'm
Zero, just give me the name.
I like a couple days later after the last podcast, you were like, I'm wearing the same outfit today.
No joke. I watched it, put it on, and I was like, oh, you put the episode up. And as soon as I started, I was like, I'm wearing the same fucking thing.
Come here, buddy. Come here. No, look up. Come on. You want on my lap?
I think it's here.
Come on.
Well, it's called the snack pack.
Come on, buddy. I'll pick you up.
I lied. Dumb. It's called the vending machine.
This is our mascot. His name is Abu, like from Aladdin.
No, boo boo boo.
We call him a Boo Boo Bear a lot. That's my face. No, you were just licking your asshole earlier.
I saw
All
that
right,
laugh.
and then we're on to Indie Game Club. Did you play Fez at all?
I did not get a chance to play Fez, no.
At all?
It was not on Plus like I thought it was, and I did not have the money for it. So what I did was watched a bunch of people play it.
Nice.
Yep. So the next closest
I
thing.
played like halfway through it. I didn't finish it.
Yeah. Well, the way it looked and the game mechanic, like the unique game mechanic of it, being able to change the perspective, I feel like I would have been frustrated by that game.
I don't think you wouldn't have liked it.
I mean, I would have played it and I would have enjoyed what I played, but I feel like the puzzles would have frustrated me just getting the concept of a 3D world in a 2D world.
Yeah, we gotta do more like story. The story ones are better, and you don't like puzzles and stuff. So
I'm fine with puzzles.
okay, then how can you hate every goddamn?
It's not that I hate every puzzle game. I'm great with puzzle games. Just give me like Gems of War. That's
not a puzzle. That's a matching game.
That's puzzles. Nah, I don't want to play Gems of War. I looked at the Jeff trophy. Huh.
So I played like halfway through it. I didn't finish it. I was gonna lie and tell you I finished it if you finished it, but
no.
I
was gonna lie and say I played it and then just talk about it. But no.
Yeah, that was
It looks like a fun
cool
game. It's just not my game.
Yeah, some of the turning is stupid. Like I'm like inside the building, and then you flip. That's what messed me up a little bit. Not inside a building, like inside like a little cave, and then I flip it, and then like I'm no longer in the cave. I'm actually on the back side of it, and I could walk to like the cave. Like and that's kind of weird. I kind of don't like that. Kind of weird. It's like just a random platforming puzzle game that apparently is really good.
Here it is, the vending machine.
That was okay.
Because we're the snack pack.
Weird.
Yeah, the people in the Discord. So we're all snacks.
All right.
Sorry, I couldn't find the thing, and I was like, I wanted to show you that specific page. But no, I get it. It's one of those things where it's in a concept, it's a great idea, but if you have the mind for it, you're gonna love the game. If you don't, you're not gonna love the game. And it's not my kind of game. I would have played it, but it's not my kind of game.
Good boy.
I would have been more upset if I spent the $20 on it and then did not enjoy it.
This bitch heavy.
Just 33 pounds from what Skylar said yesterday.
33 pounds of fat. This is a short podcast. We're already like done.
Yeah, pretty much. We can vamp if you want. Talk about magic more. Both of us go back to it.
Do you just only brought one deck?
Yeah,
How come you don't bring the other decks? You just brought the vampire deck last time.
I just wanted to play the one. Because if I have multiple decks to think about, I'll split my attention.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to keep making more decks. I want to just do these.
Yeah.
So I have 6 decks right now, but one's like a burn deck that I cared about a little bit, and then now I don't care about it anymore, just because I don't like have the creatures to use it for. Or oh my god. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? You see him just jump out my arm? Good boy.
He's happy. Well, that's one of the things. Like, I built my vampire deck, and I've had it for so long. It's my original deck that I played with, so I've put a lot of time in it. So I know the strengths and the weaknesses of it. I just need to play it more to see like where it can grow, or if it's at the point where if I touch it or alter it, I lose the point of the deck.
That's why. That's kind of how I feel with my red white heroic deck. And I messed with it too much. I fucked it up.
Yeah, I know roughly like if it'll work against certain decks, but sometimes I just want to play it out and try it. With my werewolf deck, I still got like some kinks to tweak. I know what it's weakest against, and even if it's a deck that's not really compatible against it, I'll still play it just because I want to see like where I can improve on it. And I think right now I'm just missing a really good planeswalker or commander for it, or just a legendary creature that kind of brings value to it.
Yeah, like my rat deck, like I feel like I pretty much can't play that against black decks. Like if you have a
because
if you have a black deck with graveyard
yeah
stuff, like I just can't play against you. You know what I mean?
or things that just like negate those
which
effects.
is fine. It's just like it's more like a niche thing, and I'm not trying to make it like again. I'm not trying to play competitive. I'm just playing for fun. So if I'm like, oh, my deck does not match up good against your deck, I'm just like, I just won't play it. I'll just play a different deck. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing I'm comfortable with playing a deck. Like if it's a deck like my werewolf deck is terrible against people who play a lot of low cost things. Anything that's like multiple cards come out per turn, it basically just shuts down 80% of the power of the deck because it has that day-night cycle in it.
Yeah.
So it's difficult.
That's just how it works. It just won't play against certain decks.
I'll still play it because I want to see like where can I improve on it, because I have a few cards that basically just halts that aspect of it, but it still needs something, because even late game, like turn 10 or 12, if like the circumstances line up, it basically puts me back the equivalent of like turn 4. And it's hard to get back because the way things are tweaked with the deck, it doesn't have a lot of staying power. So as soon as it gets to that point, it needs to swing hard and fast. So I just need to see like where it's comfortable against certain decks, because it'll also help me build other decks. So if I know what it's weak against, I can help basically like plan against myself other decks. Because I want to build stuff that works against what I have anyway. Because what I have, like, they're not bad or anything, but they're definitely like, I can hand it to anybody and anyone can play it. It's not super complicated. But I also don't think it needs to be, you know. There's a handful of decks where it's like, let me spend 5 minutes explaining this turn just so you can think if you have a card that could counter it. But I also have something planned for that. Like, I'm not trying to play that kind of game. I don't care that much. I just like the pretty pictures.
So you have one that's like you consider your main deck?
Honestly, I like my werewolf deck more because I'm more of a red-green player. My black deck is probably my main deck because it has the most playtime and I know it the most comfortably.
What you just said black deck, but what kind
of
deck?
My vampire deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I consider my main deck my red-white heroic deck.
Yeah.
Even though I barely played it just because I want to play these new ones,
mm-hmm.
and I gotta work on it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I think I kind of consider my second one to be my rat.
Yeah.
My mono black rat deck.
Yeah.
And that's also the second deck that I made.
Yeah.
And so I like playing that one a lot. And then to see the elf deck, like I like it, but I don't want to play it that much. One, because I didn't make it.
Yeah. Well, it's also it's probably the one the least. I mean,
honestly, if I want to win, that's gonna be my main deck. I feel like it's the best. And then I have my wizard deck and my soldier deck, which I was super into the wizard deck, and then I just feel like it's got a lot of it's really inconsistent, and it's because a lot of that one needs a lot of work too.
Yeah.
And that one needs a lot of work, and it's not hard, but it's for me to like figure out what work it needs. Is like harder than figuring out what work my soldier deck needs.
Yeah, because wizards have a lot of complicated added effects. It's hard to kind of like build something around one or two of those effects. The good thing is you have a lot of cards for your wizard deck that apply to when stuff comes out, it has an effect.
Yeah.
So
I just need to like look up some more wizards and see like what would work well.
There's a handful of cards like wizards are really great for control or for entry. So
I've been thinking it's like I played a couple of games with Skylar and I'm like, okay, I think what I want to do is fill it with bounces back to hand and then like unblockable creatures.
Yeah.
Or like when there's one where it's like when this enters the battlefield, target creature is unblockable this turn.
Yeah.
It's like play that's unblockable. Like attack with that or whatever, and then put it back in my hand, play it again. You know. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do, just because like I can't like power through your creatures with like my creatures.
Yeah.
It just won't work.
So I have a card called Hullbreaker Horror. It's a crab creature. It's not a wizard, but it does complement blue decks of any style. It's like a 6 or 7 cost 7/7 with 2 different effects. If another card is played on that turn, I think it has hexproof. If a third card is played on that turn, you bounce a creature back. So, or I think it's hexproof and unblockable, and the third card you bounce a creature back. So you throw it out there, and it basically walls whatever you want. If you've played another card, they can't stop you. If you've played a third, you can bounce a creature, so it can't stop you.
That's cute. The like thunder happens and a blue light goes to the door, like wondering what it is.
No, it's fucking noise, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see if I have a spare because I think I have one. But it's a great card.
I definitely need another wizard class.
Yeah, they're great.
Like
The
if
classes
I was
are
like,
great.
if I get 2 of those, and then the third ability is every time you draw a card,
Oh yeah.
every like target creature just +1/+1. So I could draw. If I have 2 on the field and I put them all at the level 3, and I draw a card, and 2
Yeah.
creatures get +1/+1.
Yeah,
So
there's a
good.
handful. I play a lot on Arena, so I built an entire blue deck based around wizard class. And I have 2 different cards that basically, if you start the turn with 13 cards in your hand, you win.
Yep.
So it's before you draw. So you just use instants on your opponent's turn to draw up to 13. And then once it's bounced back to you, it doesn't matter what they do. As long as you don't discard cards, you just win. It's great.
All right. You want to wrap this up?
Sure. We done talking about our Magic podcast?
All right. Goals for the next 2 weeks.
Watch a new episode of Mando.
All right. Board games. Anything you want to play? I want to try to play. What's it called again?
I think I got to check
Tuesday
my credit
nights.
card. I think I want to get Carcassonne. I might just put it on my card and then make Jess pay it off.
All right. Movie specific movie. Oh, wait. God damn it. See, this is what I forget to do a couple times.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to look at. I'm supposed to do it while we're doing it
Mm-hmm.
and look at the things
We were supposed to watch?
we were supposed to watch and
Yeah.
ask about that. So,
Did you watch?
oh shit, I didn't put in Star Wars Villainous. We played Star Wars Villainous. I don't
You
think I
played
talked
Star
about that
Wars
last
Villainous.
time.
No, you said you had it and you were going to because you said you
Oh,
played.
I didn't put that in my board game stats. Oh shit.
You played Villainous with Brandon. I think
Yeah.
he played Pete.
Yep. All
And
right.
I think he
So
won.
we did play Star Wars Villainous. Sorry, let me go back a little bit. I played Vader and Skylar played
Moff
Grievous.
Damn.
And I think I saw a video and it said that like you need 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you need 3 people to play Star Wars Villainous.
Yeah.
And I think that might be true.
Yeah.
The 2v2 was kind of not weird, but kind of hard, I guess.
Yeah.
And also I was doing like a dumb strategy. So Grievous, all he has to do is collect 10 lightsabers.
Nice.
And there's not really a lot of ways to stop him. Like there's only one of his fate cards.
That sets him back.
Sets him back, gets rid of one of them.
Oh god.
And the problem is like a hero you played, and then it's like, oh, he collects 2 lightsabers for killing this hero.
Rough.
So you can like draw it, and I think there's two that do that. So you could hypothetically draw both of them that he collects double 2 lightsabers if he defeats one, and you have to play one.
Yeah.
So that could hypothetically happen, which would suck.
Hmm.
And then Vader, he has to have Luke over on the
Death Star.
that's not called the Death Star, something. I think maybe, I don't know, whatever. Death
Yeah.
Star. And flip him over to his conflicted side, and then you turn him onto your side.
Mm-hmm.
So like the point is you're supposed to move him over slowly and then like play a card to get him. But what I was trying to do is there's like also a strategy, like a sneaky strategy, where you just play one and you spend a bunch of money and influence,
Yeah.
and switch him over to your side, and then you win automatically with like this one card.
Yeah.
But the way me and Sky play is like we always tell each other if we're gonna win the next turn,
So dumb.
just to be nice. Well, no. So if it's gonna be short, then like it was gonna be short. It was gonna be like 20
Yeah.
minutes, and I was gonna sneak a win in.
Yeah.
But then since she played something, and I'm like I was going to win on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then she figured out what I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then she could just stop me for the rest of the game. And then, so the strategy I was going for just didn't work. It only works if you sneak one out.
So you are dumb. Got it.
Yeah. And also there's a second, I think it's called influence.
Yeah.
So there's 2 different currencies. So you spend money, galactic credits, and influence on. So some cards will take influence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like a different currency. So that's what a lot of people like about Star Wars Villainous is
That is a nice touch.
It adds an extra level.
Splitting things up. Yeah.
Oh, yep. So sorry, I forgot to mention that. So, and you watched The Whale. I didn't not watch The Money Pit. I'm gonna put that on my list though because I forgot about that until like 2 days ago.
The Money Pit? Was that
Yeah.
the
Tim Honks one.
Yep.
And then I put Gravity Falls, which I did watch, and you said Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett. Did you finish that one?
Yeah, we did finish it. Great. You should really watch it.
And you said Minish Cap
Beat it.
and Modern MH.
Yep.
What's MH?
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. And Dishonored DLC, which I said, and Fez, which I played,
Yep.
and you did. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, we got 90% of it.
We did most of it, almost all of
Yep.
it.
I didn't watch The Whale, but I'm going to tonight because we're supposed to make dinner tonight. It's supposed to be breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, the only thing is I didn't is you didn't play Carcassonne and I didn't watch The Money Pit. And everything else got done. And you didn't play Fez, but whatever. All right.
Thought you were gonna try to touch my tongue.
All right, movies. I'm gonna put The Money Pit. So.
Since I know I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
actually-
The
I'm gonna-
Whale,
I'm gonna
I'm
watch
gonna say The Whale. What? I'm gonna watch it tonight.
You don't want to put anything extra special?
I gotta think of another movie, and that's gonna be rough for me right now.
All right, TV shows.
Mando.
I'm gonna put Finish. Don't Breathing. I think I will. Or Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe. Shit.
No, Don't Breathe's the other one.
No, that's the
Keep Breathing.
Keep Breathing.
Yeah, Don't Breathe is the one with what's his name from Adventure.
I never watched that. I want to watch it though.
I don't.
He's freaky.
Reaper.
All right. And then what did you say?
The Whale?
Just Mando.
Mando. Yeah, because Last of Us ended yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Great ending. Anyone that says anything else,
All I've
is
been hearing
an
is great
idiot.
ending online.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's just so sudden. Why'd they?" It's like that's how the game ends, bud. Yeah, deal with it.
All right. What is it? You should have left her alone or whatever. Whatever it was.
What?
The
Oh,
line he says.
you'll just come after her.
You'll just come after her. Yeah, probably her.
Yeah.
You'll just come after her. Boom!
Spoilers.
Spoilers for a game that's
A show
10 years
now.
old. Yeah, but I'm spoiling the game. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know how the show ends.
I'm gonna tip you out of your chair.
All right. What's the other one? Oh, video games.
Video games. I'm gonna try to get you to play some DMZ.
I won't. I'm gonna put
Play
Breakpoint. I'm gonna get
some-
back into Breakpoint
I'm not.
and finish the story.
I got
know,
back
but
into Battlefield. No,
we didn't talk about you playing Battlefield.
I played like 4 games. I tried to play the other day.
Still fun or?
It's still fun. I tried to play the other day, and it kept loading me into a custom match. Mind you, this custom match's settings were no minimap, no HUD, friendly fire,
Good.
no name tags on teammates or enemies,
That sounds fun.
6v9
Why?
on Rush. Not on Rush, in Rush.
Why 6v9?
Because nobody wanted to join our team. So it just started the game. And these idiots didn't realize there was friendly fire, and I was on their team, and they kept killing me while I was trying to defuse. Like idiots.
And I'm leaving.
I did. I got, I think, 4 kills, 1 defuse, and I died 9 times by teammates. So I left. Oh, and no behemoths. Which it doesn't really matter, but, you know.
And then you haven't played it?
And then I just turned it off and started playing Modern Warfare.
All right, so I put Breakpoint, and I'm going to put some MW2 multiplayer, just a little bit.
Yeah. Did you see they're
Um,
putting Catan out for console?
You
I
sent me
think we should get it and play Catan.
it. All right, so video game. What are you going to play?
Modern Warfare.
You mean DMZ?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's still Modern Warfare.
That's it?
Pretty much. That or Monster Hunter, because I don't have
Oh.
the disc. Both,
Alright.
probably. Whatever I'm in the mood for.
You're the worst.
Yep. I'm not going to play just one game for 2 weeks.
Oh, I know what our...
Yeah?
I took a picture. I know what our indie
Indie-
game is going to be.
Yeah.
It is on PlayStation 4. It's going to be Dear Esther.
Dear Esther.
Sorry, I said Esther because
Yeah, no.
'Cause I read it.
It's fine.
Dear Esther.
Dear Esther.
God damn it.
Let me see. Let me see. Yeah,
It's
Esther.
just Esther.
Esther. Yeah,
Es-
Esther.
It's a 2-hour-long game, and I guess it's short.
Get it, go
It's
ahead.
short as fuck.
Getting.
And apparently it's just like a walking a little bit and a little bit of story. So it's like
So, like,
John Home. like a walking.
I was gonna say like everybody's gone to the Rapture, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like everybody's gone to the Rapture.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours, everybody's gone to the Rapture.
Waypoint Simulator.
Yeah, but and I think it's less. I think it's like, it's something. I mean, look at this picture. It's like on a cliff on the ocean thing.
Can I fall off?
I don't know.
My immersion.
I think maybe I might have heard of it. Maybe she's like contemplating suicide or something.
Nice. Gotta love those games.
So that's the next one we're gonna play. It's short.
Yeah.
We should both be able to. There's no excuse to not play that. It's
I
real
mean,
short.
if I gotta buy it,
Hey.
we'll find out. I might be able to sneak it by. Depends on how much my check is. It's gonna be a small check. I missed 4 days.
Because of your ankle.
Yeah.
Does that hurt?
This ankle.
Is this ankle? I thought they both hurt.
This foot hurts.
Does that hurt?
I will punch you right in the molars. It's this side.
Just not
that
this
hurts.
one. You can punch me this side.
Nah.
That's
I'm just both sides.
All right. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Do you have a joke of the fortnight?
No, not really. Did you hear about the fire at the circus?
No. What happened?
It was intense.
All right. I got one. All right. So a cool trick I learned in Vegas.
Yeah.
Is if you play Dark Magician during a game of blackjack, they take you to a special room where they beat the shit out of you.
It's like that restaurant on the moon. Food's great, but there's just no atmosphere.
All right, I got one more that I like. A colon can completely change the meaning of a sentence. For example, Jane ate her friend's sandwich. Or Jane ate her friend's colon.
That's great. Gotta love those.
I like that one. That was good. All right. That was a lot of fun. Let's do it again. Nick, catchphrase.
I had one, and then you said something.
Nick. Cool
I
catchphrase.
I had one. It's just gone. Spay and neuter your cats.
Bob Barker. All right.
Rest in peace, bud.
Bye, everybody. This is Shasta Mark, man. Signing out. Magic. God damn it.